that's what it boils down to. People will put their trust in a lot of things. And I want to share a couple of things with you because I want you to know how close this is. I want this to stir a fire in you that is actually going to get you so motivated for Jesus Christ that you will not turn to anything else other than Him. Amen?
Amen.
Because I'm going to cast down some of these other idols that people have. And if we have any of these things, we need to cast them down ourselves. The first one, it's not government that we need to be leaning on. It's not government at all. I know. You're upset. But it's not the government that we need to lean on. Now, I want to share something with you that there has been something that's been put into play that is absolutely amazing to move all these things forward. September 11th, 2001, we were attacked by radical Islamics. This is what was reported on the television. This is what I believed in 2001. This is what, when I was working that day, that my wife did everything in her power to help me not re-enlist because I had just 6 months gotten out of the military. This was so serious to me, and I was so upset that I was ready to go anywhere, to do anything, to basically vengeance. I mean, that's just my mindset, what it was. I was lost. But that was my mindset. And I was ready to go. When my unit that I was with got deployed, I just wept because I wasn't with them. I was failing my country. I was failing being a man at that point in time. I mean, it was a very difficult summer, that summer. But I'm thankful to this point that I didn't. Because other things have come to light that I didn't see earlier because I was putting my faith in government. I was putting my faith in the government itself. Ultimately, I come to find out that there's several things that weren't as they seemed. They were not as they seemed. And on the back desk there is some DVDs called 9/11 Mysteries. There's about 6 or 7. So as I share this with you, if you've not heard this before, please take one of those DVDs. Spend 45 minutes tonight and actually review this. And if you don't get a DVD and they're actually gone, then go on YouTube and you can go to Architects and Engineers for 9/11 and you can actually see some of the things that have been laid out there. Now what I'm saying is those planes did not take down that building. Building 7 I'm speaking of. And the other 2 buildings don't collapse like that. I'm currently in concrete today, and I know what concrete will do, and those floors were all concrete. I've actually put them up. I've seen them go up. I've tested them. I've made the columns for superstructures. And personally, I've seen this, made the mix for it, what it has to actually do. Steel structures, everything that architects and engineers actually did will actually prove in that these buildings did not collapse because of those airplane strikes.
Amen.
Those buildings were actually demolished. Now I'm saying this and it seems kind of crazy. For whatever reason, we believe everything that the media says. But I'm telling you right now, do you believe that the media is truthful all the time? No. Nobody does. Do you believe that our government is corrupt?
Yes.
Everybody does. Even people that are hardened absolutely for the government, they know there's corruption in the government. What I'm telling you is that it's so deep. It is so deep and is so far gone now. You can't even think of putting your faith in a government that would do these things. Now, I'm saying that our government was complicit in this, in that they didn't investigate it properly. I personally believe that they had something to do with it, just for the simple fact that the buildings that they were themselves, Building 7 had the CIA in that building. This building was secure. And these small fires that went off in that building, this building fell at free fall speed into its own footprint. And every single person that's investigated and looked at this said that these buildings were demolished. On top of that, any investigation that was done, there was thermite and nanothermite found in the rubble. Thermite actually produces its own oxygen. In the military, the only time that we would use thermite is to destroy weapons. If you knew that you're going to be overtaken and you did not want the enemy to get your weapons or your munitions, you would set these incendiary devices off, a thermite, and it would melt everything down so that they couldn't use it against other people because you weren't going to make it out. Now that's a contingency for that. But this stuff will cut metal just like this, and it was found in there. It burned under the rubble for months as they were doing the cleanup. By the way, they didn't investigate this like they would normally investigate anything else. They went in immediately and extract all the material and send it overseas. It was never properly investigated. Every single time a plane has ever crashed into anything, ever, they have always taken all the pieces that they could find and they assembled them in a hangar. You know this. You know this, and you've seen it, and they have it all, and some of the pieces are missing, but all the big pieces are there. They always find the black boxes. I'm telling you right now, there was no plane parts in those buildings. There was nothing in that crater in Pennsylvania, and there was nothing in the Pentagon that day either. There were no plane parts anywhere to be found. It's the first time in history that they never actually took the planes and reassembled them in a hangar. That has never happened before. Why would our government allow this when this is the biggest assault on America that's ever taken place? Even the Pentagon got hit, and who knows where the Pennsylvania plane was going, according to reports. What I'm saying is, we have a government that is so far gone, somehow they believe what they're doing is right. I don't know what their justifications are. I don't know. What I'm saying is, as believers, don't put your trust in them, put them in your Maker.
Amen.
Put them in the Holy One of Israel. Amen?
Amen.
That's what I'm saying.